Okay, I don't exactly know who this guy is, but I don't like his look at all. I don't like anything that this guy stands for. Look at this guy. He definitely made some mistakes in his past. You want to cancel him? We can if we want. I'll look up some mistakes that he made in his past and we can cancel him. I need to appease my white guilt by virtue signaling on the internet. Canceled. 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 Oh, what's that? And this doesn't mean anything at all and we still have real problems that we need to address? Okay. Oh, sorry.
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering, and Dr. Seuss is canceled. That's right. 6 books removed from production via their own choice. The estate of Dr. Seuss has self-censored. Now, before I get into the full story, I want to use this opportunity to remind you, physical media. As everything shifts to digital, we see companies like Disney Plus and Hulu adding content warnings, making cuts, changing the originals. We need to remember that physical media is important. Now, there are ways around getting the exact physical media. For example, DVD rips, things like that you can acquire of the original. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a VHS or a DVD or a Blu-ray or something like that of the original, but you get the idea. This goes for books as well. As more things move to digital, it becomes much easier to censor and change history. Now, we look at the story, 6 Dr. Seuss books to cease publication due to racial imagery. Now, the organization that preserves the legacy of the late children's author and Springfield native Dr. Seuss has announced they will cease production and licensing of 6 of his books due to portrayals of what they call hurtful and wrong. The titles that will cease publication include Seuss's first published children's book, The Springfield-inspired and To Think I Saw It on Mulberry Street. The complete list of books will cease are that and If I Ran the Zoo, McGallett's Pool, On Beyond Zebra, Scrambled Egg Super, and The Cat's Quizzer. In a statement posted Tuesday morning on the official Facebook page, Dr. Seuss Enterprises wrote that they had made the decision last year. Today, on Dr. Seuss's birthday, also, by the way, why in the heck are you announcing it on his birthday? It's like a slap in the face. Today on Dr. Seuss' birthday, Dr. Seuss Enterprises celebrates reading and also our mission of supporting all children and families with a message of hope, inspiration, inclusion, and friendship. We are committed to action. To that end, Dr. Seuss Enterprises, working with a panel of experts, including educators, reviewed our catalog of titles and made the decision last year to cease publication and licensing on the following titles. I want to know who they worked with. Was it one of these like woke, what are they called? These grifts out there, like the white fragility person and all these. Is it one of these people? The government program where they teach you about white guilt and all this nonsense. These books portray people in a way that is harmful and wrong. Yes, little green and yellow creatures. Ceasing sales of these books is only part of our commitment and broader plan to ensure Dr. Seuss Enterprises catalog represents and supports all communities and families. On top of that, Joe Biden then removed any mention of Dr. Seuss from Read Across America Day. So it isn't enough that they removed the actual books. They had to erase the author. President Biden apparently removed mentions of Dr. Seuss from Read Across America Day amid scrutiny of alleged racial undertones, in the whimsical tales for children. This brought to you by the same people that made Amazon change their logo because they said it looked like the bad guy from WW2. And that's a different story for today. Later today. In this presidential proclamation, Biden noted that for many Americans, the path to literacy begins with story time in their school classroom. But unlike 2 predecessors, former Presidents Donald Trump and Barack Obama, Biden did not mention Dr. Seuss. This move comes as Dr. Seuss' work has generated controversy following a study highlighting a lack of diversity among the authors. What? I don't get it. By the way, if you are also saying what, and you haven't left a like on this video, and you haven't yet clicked the red subscribe button down there, if you're not subscribed, please do consider subscribing today. It'll be the only way you ever find my videos because YouTube does not put them in the search results, and I would greatly, greatly appreciate earning your subscription today. Of the 2,240 identified human characters, there are only 45 of color, representing 2%. Who the hell did all this? Who did this? Who went through every book and what is the purpose of this? Let me tell you, quite honestly, the only reason you do this work is to come to a pre-existing conclusion and to perpetuate this race grift. According to a 2019 study from the Conscious Kids Library and the University of California that examined 50 of Dr. Seuss's books. Last week, a Virginia school district ordered its teacher to, quote, avoid connecting Read Across America with Dr. Seuss because of the research that has revealed its strong racial undertones. This just a few days ago. Virginia school district refuses to tout Dr. Seuss's birthday on Read Across America Day. Absolutely absurd. They will not fet him here or there. They will not fet him anywhere. A Virginia school district refuses to tout Dr. Seuss's birthday on Read Across America Day, claiming the famed children's author work contains racial undertones that are not suitable for culturally responsive learning. I know not everyone has the means or the time, but people really need to consider homeschooling. I'm not kidding. When I was young, I always thought the kids that were homeschooled were weirdos or something. But now I'm seeing a lot. I understand a lot more. Look, you can send your kid to clubs and sports and things like that so they can get the socialization. But I don't trust our school districts, not in any way. Loudoun County Public Schools ordered its teachers to avoid connecting Read Across America Day with Dr. Seuss after a study said the author's work is filled with Orientalism, anti-blackness, and white supremacy. The outlet reported, quoting the announcement that said the district sent out with the directive. The Under Fire district later said in a statement on Facebook, Dr. Seuss books have not been banned in our country public schools, although it did add, research in recent years have revealed strong undertones in books written and illustrated by Dr. Seuss. You got to be kidding me, right? This is why physical media is so important. I mean, you see, all these people, and this extends beyond. Here via Mary Margaret of the Daily Caller, saying in one of the books, Baybars, I'm not familiar with this book, was removed from the shelves of a British library in 2012 because of its alleged stereotypes of Africans. Critics have also faulted Curious George books for their premise of a white man bringing a monkey from Africa. What? And Laura Ingalls Wilder's portrayal of Native Americans in her Little House on the Prairie novels. You know what? The first books I ever read, like all the way through, were Choose Your Own Adventures and Little House on the Prairie books when I was like in 4th or 5th grade. I don't think I obtained any negative connotation of Native Americans from reading those books. You see, and have been faulted so often that the American Library Association removed her name in a 2018 from a Lifetime Achievement Award it gives out every year. I mean, what? And I'm telling you, this all goes back to when kids in schools make terrible, irrelevant points and teachers still tell them, that's a good point. We need a global recognition that there are 100% wrong answers. Here's a quote from Joel Curtinitis. Want to know how propaganda works? Look at all the Dr. Seuss coverage right now. Books and images are being described as offensive and racist without description or dispute. They are assumed conclusions. These assumed conclusions are a breach of journalistic ethics. They are erasing the opposition. And that's exactly what's happening here. Like, you understand that they're just saying these things are, and people are just like, oh, okay. One random California university found Dr. Seuss, a prominent white man's books, problematic. Pardon me if I'm not shocked. Meanwhile, the same school districts are pushing critical race theory and other garbage like white privilege on children. This is, like, I don't like to put the tinfoil hat on, but what am I supposed to think? And look what's already happening. You want to buy one of these books? Here's Books If I Ran the Zoo. $500, $200, $152, $400. Everybody with physical copies of If I Ran the Zoo right now are going bananas. Here on Amazon, $1,500 in hardcover. And nobody's really outlining all of these people, all of these Yahoo Entertainment, this local WWLP news outlet, everybody perpetuating this. They're not bothering to give any examples. They're just saying, it's problematic. It should be removed. Now, of course, the works of Dr. Seuss, who passed in 91 of cancer, remain popular to this day. Forbes listed him on the second highest paid dead celebrities of 2020, with a revenue that year of $33 million. Seuss book sales reached nearly 6 million units in 2020, and multiple titles are being adapted for the screen. Now, I don't know if there is PDFs of these books available online. The used market obviously is out of control, but retain these things. Retain physical media. Off camera, I have an entire bookshelf full of books and cartridge video games and old consoles. Behind me, I have some excellent books. John Stuart Mill's On Liberty. You've got the Meditations, the Blank Slate, a wide variety of books. But physical media is what we need to preserve. And look, if you have something you enjoy, back it up. Because that's what streaming opens up now. Streaming is going to open up all sorts of history-erasing maneuvers, and we're not going to be able to fight back without physical media and getting creative. I'm not saying how, but get creative, my friends. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please do subscribe to help the channel and help find the videos every day and fight back against this insanity. Hope you enjoyed this. We'll talk to you again real soon.